Yeah, it'll make news, but let's see what this is first about. We don't know what the issue is of why they're saying to come in. Did this have anything to do with the president? I don't know. See what it is. But the one thing I do know is President Trump won this election based on going out to the American public, talking about job creation, talking about exactly what we're doing this week when it comes to taxes.
Are you concerned at all about Russia meddling or interfering in the election?
I think Russia meddles in everybody's election. I don't believe Russia did anything to influence whether Trump got elected or not from the basis that the American people decided from there. But what does concern me is how much, and I just found out last week when you read about what Hillary did, spending millions of dollars doing some dossier, and is Mueller using that to go and look at this investigation? We know that's not even true. So yes, it overrides a lot of different things, but I look at this. The most important thing we can do is get this economy moving.
How do you feel about the fact that the dossier was originally created effectively by a supporter, or at least was created by supporters of the GOP?
It never went forward beyond there, and Hillary took it to the next level and took it public. Spent millions of dollars and now says she didn't know what she spent it on. Her campaign manager said, well, I didn't know what we were doing. How do you spend millions of dollars in a campaign and not know? And why do you have to have your attorney with you when you're answering this?
The great thing
I think there's a lot of questions.
Hillary's former campaign manager, Brian Fallon, says, it's Oppo research. I would have done 10 times as much. But then you look back at the amount of time spent on Donald Trump Jr. with this ridiculous, remember the meeting there? Oh, yeah. And that was treason. That was the death penalty being called for.
But do you also remember President Obama, as president running for re-election, telling Medman, hey, tell Putin I'll be more flexible after the next election? To me, that is very concerning.
The Wall Street Journal's editorial page today suggested, more than suggested, but effectively called for the resignation of Mueller.
Do you think that last week? That wasn't.
That was over the weekend.
Sorry, over the weekend.
Right?
I apologize.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's appropriate?
Look, I read that afterwards. I think it raises issues, the people that he put on this investigation. When I look to attorneys, I believe in the rule of law. But he was looking at hiring people that had played in politics, had given their money in politics, especially from one side or the other. So that raises a lot of doubt. At the end of the day, you want to be able to bring out a report that people are going to trust. You cannot start a structure that makes it look political to think that people aren't going to think it's a political outcome. That's the problem to start out with in this. And then if he's basing an investigation on a dossier that we know is not true, that is funded mainly political, millions of dollars, and an organization that tried to hide what they were doing, I think that makes the outcome questionable at the same time.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.